Kartra or ClickFunnels, making the right choice, the real truth. Hey, you want to know the truth? Really? Well, you've come to the right place. If you've been trying to figure out if you want to use Kartra or ClickFunnels, this video will explain it all. You'll know from top to bottom, and you can make your own decision in the end, and I'll also give you my input as to what I recommend. So let's get started. The other thing you want to get started at is you need to subscribe. You need to hit that button down there. You need to turn on all bell notifications. That bell won't pop up until you hit the subscribe button, and when it does, you want to click it and you want to turn on all notifications. Okay, don't forget to like this video in the end if you do. So I'm going to tell you up front, people have sold millions of dollars of products on ClickFunnels and been very successful. People have also sold millions of dollars of products on Kartra and been very successful. So I'm going to tell you also, both of these platforms are pretty darn good. Now, one does outweigh the other one a lot, and as you listen, as I go through these two platforms, you can make your own decisions as to which one you want to choose. I have my opinion for my reasons, and you certainly will have yours. Now, I will tell you, if you don't have one of these, either Kartra or ClickFunnels, you're missing out. You're missing out on a lot of money, because both of these things, Kartra and ClickFunnels, do more than probably any piece of software out there, and they're going to make you more money. Okay, and that's really why you're trying to sell online, is to make money and help people out, and the only way to do that is to have the right software. You got to have one of these two. You just do. So originally, ClickFunnels was built by Mike Filsaime and Andy Jenkins, actually Andy passed away. Mike Filsaime split off. Andy Jenkins' wife runs Kartra now, and I've talked to her a few times online. Really nice person. But Kartra is basically a whole bunch of softwares in one, and they all work seamlessly. They all work together so that you have one internet marketing platform. I know when I got Kartra, and you can see my leaning already, but when I got Kartra, I got rid of 8 different pieces of software. So I was paying for 8 different pieces of software, and I traded up to Kartra, and I paid less money. So that tells you something right there. A couple of the things about Kartra that's really cool is they integrate the customer relationship and analytics, so you can see what's going on in there. So the way this works is every single activity that somebody does in there, or subscribes to, or a video they watch, or page they click on, is recorded, so you can see what's going on with customers and exactly what they're doing, and then target your marketing based on their activities. When they designed Kartra, I don't know how they did it. Matter of fact, I was kind of blown away when I looked at it. The pricing was so low that if you don't use everything that's in there, it's still a great deal. In other words, you know, we have all these different things in there, and I'll talk about some of them in just a second, but it's so low, did I mention it was low, that it's going to blow away ClickFunnels as far as cost right off the bat. But I will tell you, all of the things that Kartra does is available at every single price level, and I can't specifically go through every single one because there's way too many, but I will tell you that there's going to be a link below in the description. You can click on that link and go there and watch a video. If you like what you see, you can actually get Kartra for a $1 trial. The only difference in the price levels is the number of contacts that you put into Kartra. But here's the other cool thing they did about a year ago. They took off any additional fees for sending out more emails, so you can send as many emails as you want and not get charged more. I don't know of a single platform that does that. Now, ClickFunnels originally started out as a software for businesses that didn't have a sales funnel, and man, I mean, I had ClickFunnels and I liked it, and it was really good. I mean, it helped me understand sales funnels. It helped me build sales funnels. It helped me make money. But then they started adding on different parts to it. They had Actionetics, which was, I guess, their email type thing. It didn't work very well. I tried to integrate my Infusionsoft with it, and they didn't talk very well. ClickFunnels would always blame Infusionsoft, and Infusionsoft would blame ClickFunnels. And that was a problem in itself, because if you go back to Kartra, and I don't want to jump around too much, but if you go back to Kartra has its own email, so it's built in there. You don't have to worry about it. I didn't have to, you know, integrate anything there because it was all there. I got rid of Infusionsoft when I got Kartra. ClickFunnels has also a membership portal to it, and that was kind of cool because the only other good one that was out there prior to ClickFunnels was Kajabi. Kajabi was the membership thing, and that's what they focused on, and ClickFunnels focused on funnels, so they added a membership part to it. The membership part wasn't that great. I didn't like it. I didn't like the design of it. Now if you go over to Kartra again, Kartra has a great membership site and it integrates well. So now you've got Kartra that does, you know, the emails and the membership really well, and you've got ClickFunnels that does funnels really well, but not so good on emails, not so good on membership. Now I will tell you, Russell Brunson runs ClickFunnels, and that is why they became so popular. Okay, that is why they did so well, because he's an amazing marketer. He's a very personable person. He's written several books. He's really good at marketing, really great guy from what I've seen. However, Kartra does not have that figurehead. They initially started off using Frank Kern. Frank Kern would talk about Kartra and how he was starting to kind of use it, but he didn't put all of his efforts and energy into Kartra because he felt like that took away from the rest of his businesses. So that split off, and Frank's no longer there. So that's the big problem with Kartra. Not that they don't have the best software out there, which I have to finally reveal, I think they do. But the big problem with Kartra was that they don't have a figurehead. They don't have that person that's out in front. Andy Jenkins was originally that person. I don't know if he was the best person for that, but he's no longer with us, you know, God rest his soul. But bottom line is, he was the figurehead. They don't have a figurehead now. They just have Kartra. It's a name, Kartra, kind of like Infusionsoft or MailChimp or Constant Contact. There's no person in front of it. When you put a person in front of it, like Russell Brunson, who's very dynamic and very engaging, and you know, he's the face of ClickFunnels, that's helped their sales tremendously. Now it comes down to which is better for you. I would say if you're just doing a sales funnel, they're both going to do the job for you. Okay, ClickFunnels is a good funnel builder. It's pretty easy, pretty intuitive to make the pages. If you need anything else, I would not recommend ClickFunnels. Kartra is pretty easy to build the pages, probably a little bit more difficult, but you can do more with their pages in Kartra. And you're gonna need other things. Okay, you're gonna need emails, you're gonna need membership sites. You don't think you will, but you will. You know, when I originally started selling online, I was selling survival food. Not originally, but when I finally got going and made money, and I didn't really need membership sites. I didn't need any of that stuff, but I do now, and I have it. So if you sign up for Kartra, at least you're going to have the availability of that on down the road. And you say, well, I can always just switch over. Oh my. No, switching over is very difficult. Switching over is very painful. It took us 6 months to move all of our stuff from Infusionsoft to Kartra. It's very painful to move. It's much better if you can get on a software now that's going to do everything you need and then some for the future, than to try to switch later on. You don't want to do that. Now in 2019, Russell Brunson kind of nightlighted some of the products in there and moved some stuff over to something called Funnelflix, which I don't know that much about, but I just will say some of the stuff went away that he had. So that is something you want to take into consideration. And some of those things included, and I'm just going to read off what they said here: customer service, video marketing, calendars, analytics, and all these things are really crucial for your business. See, Kartra has all those things, whereas ClickFunnels does not. ClickFunnels has a basic plan for $97, but it really doesn't offer you much. You're pretty much going to have to bump up to the next plan, which is $297 a month. And then on top of that, you're going to have to integrate with some type of email provider. You're going to have to use Aweber, you're going to have to use GetResponse, you're going to have to use Constant Contact or Infusionsoft, and that could cost you maybe thousands more a month. It did us because of the size of our list. For beginners, I would say Kartra is going to be a lot cheaper, and it's going to offer you a whole lot more than ClickFunnels will. And actually, for an experienced marketer, their prices are not bad when the list gets bigger either. So when it comes right down to it, you know, I got to go Kartra, and I had ClickFunnels, nothing wrong with it, but I mean, let's face it, Kartra has 11 apps built into one place. 11 apps in one place. Now I told you I got rid of 8 different pieces of software. Kartra's got stuff I wasn't even doing before. Now I am, and I'm using all those areas now. You know, I've got help desk in there. I mean, a help desk, that's awesome that I can have a help desk on any one of my pages and get notified when customers need assistance. Also keep in mind, if you're going to use ClickFunnels, you're gonna have to host your video someplace else. You're gonna have to host it on YouTube, you're gonna have to host it on Wistia or some other site. And the bad thing about that is not so much that you got to host it someplace else, but the bad thing is you're going to get no analytics on it. You're not going to know, you know, how many people watched it, where they stopped on it. Since Kartra actually lets you host your videos in Kartra, you're going to know exactly how much of that video they watched, you know, where they fell off, and you're going to be able to correct those things. Here's a little post I want to put up on the screen. I thought this was kind of interesting. It says, hi all, for those of you who switch from ClickFunnels to Kartra, what do you find most appealing about Kartra? Is there that big a difference with ease of building a funnel with ClickFunnels versus Kartra? If there is, I assume Kartra's other features outweigh the disadvantage. It says here, I find Kartra easier and better all the way around. This person says, my favorite feature, also a former ClickFunnels customer. Number one, you only have to build it once. Unlike ClickFunnels, where you build a page and then you go back to tweak it for mobile or desktop. Then you go back to tweak for mobile or desktop. In Kartra, thanks to the awesome developers, all device pages render beautifully every time. Number two, it's more stable and less buggy. What did this person say here? I was paid to learn ClickFunnels 3 years ago and build for a friend. I loved and missed being able to build the entire page sequence in one area. I am not a designer and my funnels don't look anything close to what I'm creating in Kartra. When I switched over, I had 2 days to build 25 funnels with product pages in Kartra so I could cancel ClickFunnels. Building those pages was simple and straightforward. Kartra gave me a look I wasn't able to get with ClickFunnels. If I could have all my pages from one funnel under one tab in Kartra and easily switch between them to edit and adjust them, I'll be a tad happier, and I think he means and I am really happy with Kartra right now. One last one I'll read, I'll put it up here. I thought this was pretty interesting. My opt-in rate was 56% with ClickFunnels, same offer, and target jumped to 92% opt-in rate. Kartra has better user experience in my opinion. It's not a Frankenstein with Zapier. All is integrated. The only thing I don't integrate with my calendar, and that's because I like Calendly more. They also have phenomenal customer support, although their live chat is never open. That doesn't matter as long as they're supporting you, I guess. The community is there to help, and I've never looked back. Oh, and clients have loved the sites I build for them in Kartra. So there you have it, guys. You've got my opinion, you've got, you know, the pros and cons of both. You can do what you want. I do have a link below for Kartra. I do not have one for ClickFunnels. I only want to recommend things I really use. I don't recommend too many pieces of software or anything like that. I do recommend Kartra. I think if you get Kartra, you're going to be really happy. You can click down in the description. You can watch a video. If you like what you see, you can get a trial version for $1 under my affiliate program. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you get notified every single time I do a new video. Whew, that was fast. And you'll be part of the Fisher family, part of the VIP group that knows about everything I do. Every time I do a new video, every time I go live, you'll be notified. You don't have to come looking for it. That's pretty cool stuff. Don't forget to put your comments below. Have you tried ClickFunnels? Have you tried Kartra? What do you think of the two? What do you like? What do you dislike about these two pieces of software? I like them both, but like I said, Kartra is for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.